It's on. All right, welcome to Swamp Chats. I try being as positive as I can be. Post game show, Florida Gators just I don't even know, man. Botched it absolutely as always. I'm Kai Manny, the producer of all producers here at Five Reasons. Joining me, D, also known as Cowboys Gators fan, will also be joining us in a little bit. He's been having some issues with some static stuff, but just Gators fall 37-34 and just
Oh, wait.
I mean,
I put on the wrong score.
you're good. You're good. It's just, and I'll pass off to D here in a second, but it's just, I was sitting there. I know we'll all chip in, but I was sitting there. My girlfriend's father is a Canes fan. He watched them get destroyed, and I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna have a good night tonight. And me and my girlfriend sitting there watching the game, and just I thought once it was 31-27, it was over. The Gators were in a groove, and then just I know that there's a lot of blame to be placed on the entire team. We can't just say that again. Kyle Trask, the 2 interceptions, the fumble, not good. It can't just be a one thing. But I think that everyone can agree that no matter what, and D, I'll pass off to you here, this game will legitimately come down to the fact that I don't think a single one of us, and it showed in that last drive, that if Marco Wilson does not throw that shoe, this offense drives down the field and wins the game.
Yeah, man. I thought the game was literally lost in the first half. You turn the ball, you're -3 in a turnover battle in any realm of football, you're gonna lose. The only way LSU could win this game is if we helped them out, and we helped them out. And I asked Manny Roan last week, and I said this team plays with no urgency or no desperation. And I mean, this is a disgrace, guys. LSU was missing half their team. Hats off to Coach O. He had his team motivated, something Dan Mullen couldn't get his team to be the last 4 weeks. And the signs were there. Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Tennessee, all the signs were there. Winning cures all, but at some point, it catches up to you. And Dan Mullen did not create any urgency or desperation in this team the last 4 weeks, and it caught up to him. Hats off to LSU, man, because that's a hell of a victory for them.
Yeah, I know that yesterday a lot of people were, because the SEC's the reports of the SEC is going to come out with an announcement, and so many people were like, they're just going to say they're canceling the LSU Gators game because it doesn't matter anyways. The Gators are going to be in the SEC championship, and winner of that will be the SEC's person in the Final Four. And I think even if McPherson makes that, which I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of stunned that he chipped it left. For kickers, even in that situation, everything can be on there. But I think even if that happens, we go into overtime, the Gators win that game. Even a win against Bama, I don't think that you could have argued to put the team in the college football playoffs after the game against LSU. Just my personal opinion. But man, yeah, I'll pass it off to you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's listen. When I came on this show last week with D, man, on the post, man, we kind of harped on it still with the defense, and especially with the front four or front five or whatever, how many guys Tom Grantham decides to put on the D line, right? Because then all of a sudden tonight he puts in this blitz scheme of corner back blitzing, which if you're going to do that, you need to have great communication in the back end. And we saw tonight that Johnson and Stewart had terrible angles, terrible communication coverages. And listen, hats off to Coach O, man. That man last week must have blown so many blood vessels. He went into that locker room after the game and said, we're going down there not to play football. We're going down there to beat the crap out of Florida. And that's exactly what they did, with a true freshman quarterback or not. Now, let me quickly get to Todd Grantham. And I even tweeted this, man. Maybe this needed to happen, man. It's enough with the joking, enough with the false hopes, enough with the make-believe that we have any comparison to be on that football field next week in Atlanta against Alabama, man. And I think D said it best in the tweet. While we're supposed to be rising towards the end of the season, we're actually falling. and Alabama's doing the total opposite. Okay, and it's a Nick Saban coach team. Okay, so you were basically playing with fire. You started off like crap in this football game, okay? And it's not like LSU did anything different, but they outworked you in the trenches by running the football. Gaps were everywhere. And once again, you couldn't score touchdowns. You get inside the 5, in your first possession, you get stopped. This last possession where you kicked the field goal to tie, listen, Trask made mistakes. Granted, he made mistakes tonight. But I still feel like he played well enough to get his team in position to win. And when you cannot run the football in these type of situations, this is what ends up happening. You got to go 99 yards to try to gain, to try to get the lead, and you can't run the football. What do? You spread it out and you throw the football and you just hope that somebody can make a play. And that's not going to win it in the SEC, man. Like enough with this trying to think that you can out-coach a defensive coordinator by passing the football the whole damn game, man. Pierce, listen, I don't want to say anything, but Pierce to me has all of a sudden dropped, but at the same time, he doesn't get the football. Listen, I think Malik Davis played the best out of all the running backs, but yet I don't feel like he had much opportunities. It's mad frustrating because if you would have lost next week, granted, I don't think we would have won. But with this loss, you can definitely kiss your college football playoffs goodbye. I don't care if you beat Alabama by 50. I don't care if you end up winning by 3. Okay? To me, you cannot lose to a true freshman quarterback at home when they only have 50-plus scholarship players. I'm sorry. Todd Grantham, get the hell off this football team, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I even tweeted this out. I'm like, Canes fam, is there any couch room left for me to sit with you on the defensive coordinator firing? Because I'm all in, man. I'm sick of this 10 yards back. Marco Wilson. Listen, I thought Marco Wilson played for the majority of the game, but what ends up happening? What ends up happening in the fourth quarter when you needed to play? Slips, gives up a 30-plus yard touchdown, and ends up throwing a shoe going over 20 yards. Okay, it's like it's inexcusable.
But that's on. That's on the coaches because
that's on the coaches, man.
They allow him to stay in the game.
You practice what you preach, D. You practice this crap during the week, and it's listen. You know this. Your playoff hopes are on the line, and you're gonna throw a shoe and get all happy because you stopped the guy on third down, bro. You basically did not give your quarterback an opportunity to go out there and win it for you because you wanted to showboat a third down stop. Get off this team, man.
This is typical of today's athlete, man. They make one play.
Man, but D, when you want to win championships, I don't care how much swag you want to have, right?
Right.
Coaches got to be telling you this, man. Come on.
It's not the coaches. I just think also it's players not holding other players accountable. I guarantee you if that happens at Clemson or Alabama, they're frying.
Man, they'll be banged up against the locker room and be like, "What the hell are you doing, man? Step out of this shit." I think the only guy tonight that showed any fierce thing was Kadarius Toney, man. God bless that man. That man was injured and still caught a pass for over 12 yards on the final play and gave his team a damn opportunity. In the tying field goal, okay, he went up to the coaches. ESPN even said, "Give me the damn ball, man. Ain't nobody here want to make a play. Guess what? Me, the smallest man out here, I'll do it." And that's our only dog we got, man. Because there's no other dogs on this football team, bro. There's no other dogs on this football team. I don't care what you tell me. I would run through a wall for Kadarius Toney, and that man is leaving. Who the heck is going to be our dog next season? Ain't nobody on this roster. Ridiculous, man. I'm so sorry, Kyle.
No, I think with the Marco Wilson thing, man, again, it's just like you just can't. Like, I know coaching, attitude, players, day and age, everything. It's just you can't. It does not matter what the situation is. It does not matter who. I'm not respect to Ethan Skolnick. Not gonna curse here. It does not matter who you are, man.
I've been wanting to, but I love Ethan too much. That's why I'm just.
You don't throw a shoe 20 yards down the field. And not only that, as we just stated, you know that your offense is good enough to go down the field. They showed it with 27 seconds or 23 seconds that they went down the field, put them in position to win. Evan McPherson, yes, missed a field goal a lot. That's going to be one of the things, whatever. But I think Evan McPherson's going to make an NFL team happy one day. He's probably going to come back next year. I don't think he's going to come out as a junior. He is. He's a good kicker. Kadarius Toney, as you said, bless his soul, because he's also going to make an NFL team really, really happy when it comes to the draft. But as you said, he was the only guy that today just gave a bleep. Like that's really what it is. Like it just.
By the way,
there's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes.
So, by the way, but how good does it look now that you sat Pitt, right? I mean, you just got eliminated from winning a fourth national championship because you decided to sit your best player because apparently you thought this was a cakewalk. Come on, man. This is Coach Orgeron. This ain't no freaking, I don't know, Butch Jones in Tennessee, man. This is Coach O. He just won a national championship. You don't think he's pissed?
I think the thing
getting embarrassed on national television at home against his rival. Come on, man.
What makes it worse for me too?
This team acted like Alabama and Clemson the last 4 weeks without Alabama and Clemson's hardware.
Yeah.
It's just what makes it worse is right after that happened. Yes, Twitter exploded. Everyone was watching the game. It was a great game. No, but the thing, Manny, no. But listen. The thing that gets me the most is the amount of former Gators players from last year, the year before, years, decades past, going on Twitter and just absolutely taking just taking it out on Marco Wilson, as they should, but taking it out on Marco Wilson because they know that you just don't do that. Like, I know that there's a lot of things that we could talk about, and I know that people can say that that's like scapegoating, but there's no way that offense doesn't do what they did in that time and go down the field and put your team in a position to win the game.
If Brandon Spikes is on the football team and he loses like that, man. That man is waiting for Marco Wilson when he comes in, man, and that man gonna tell him how it is. And the point is, my friend, you just cost us an opportunity. And again, I understand it's Alabama next week, man, but you didn't put yourself in that predicament. You end up losing because you wanted to showboat a third down stop. What the hell?
No, that threw the shoe 20 yards down the field.
20 yards, and
you should just drop. You have it in your hand, just drop it.
And I feel bad.
It's fine to do like your.
They called the penalty on the wrong player. How do you pronounce number 11's name? I've been getting his name wrong all year.
Diabate?
Yeah. Nick Diabate, my man, the first one went to Marco. What are you doing, man? And they call the penalty on you. Oh man.
Oh my God.
This is horrible, man. This is not the way. Listen, this is not the way that me and Kai we would be expecting to go through tonight, especially when tomorrow we both graduate. I mean, this is pain, man.
I was expecting to celebrate my graduation tomorrow with a tweet that, like, yeah, I might be a Golden Panther, but my heart's with the Gators. And here I am now, still like that at 2 p.m. instead of watching Tua versus Patrick Mahomes and being happy that, I'm getting ready next week, whether we win or lose, it's still going to, great season, but your eyes are on the college football playoffs. Instead, I'm sitting here like, wow, don't let Marco Wilson on a bus. Don't let him in a car. Don't let him back in his dorm. Don't let him in a locker room.
Him and Marco Wilson. Oh, you know what? Let me back up a little bit, okay? Again, these are college athletes, right? Todd Grantham should not be let
in the building
to his car tonight. Todd Grantham should be locked up in a coach's room, trying to explain to Gator fans what happened tonight. I'm hoping tonight somebody might, either, Gator Dave or whoever's on this Zoom calls with Coach Mullen is asking Coach Mullen, what the heck was that defensive game plan tonight? Explain it to us. Explain it to us. Make sense of it. Make sense of a second corner blitz when it didn't work the first time. Make sense of miscommunications when LSU didn't decide to sub, but you did. But yeah, you kept that drive alive that ended up being in points, right? Like,
Make it make sense.
Make sense of it, man. Enough is enough.
Once
And then again,
here's
go.
Here's the thing, man.
Do you hear with us?
Go, D. Go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Go.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Dan Mullen is too loyal, and I put this on the timeline, man. I think 4 years ago, Nick Saban fired Lane Kiffin because he felt he wasn't giving his all to Alabama when he had the job at FAU. He felt he was recruited for FAU and trying to run a game plan, a national championship game. And you just can't do that, man. You have to be 100% bought in. And I think Dan Mullen's loyalty cost him. I'm not saying he wasn't going to fire Todd Grantham yesterday or this week.
But it cost him this
now
season.
that this happened, something has to change.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I see it is that you were going to ride the wave. You were going to see how long this season was going to last. And I guess, guys, it's as clear as day, bro. There's no way we're going to be in the top 4. There's absolutely no way. So what do you do from here, man? Do the players even give a damn anymore? All right? Like, I think next week we're going to throw right away. I'm sorry? Go.
No, Alabama's gonna beat the hell out of us.
yeah, well, but I'm mostly talking about effort, right? Like I want to see whose head is in the game, who actually cares. Because next week it doesn't really matter anymore whether you win or not, because you obviously don't have an opportunity to get in the playoffs, right? So now we're gonna see. Okay, you're playing for a championship title game against one of the best college football coaches that this game has ever seen. Okay, and your worst weakness is the one that he coaches on his side of the ball. Okay, so that's gonna be, man. Like I really wish this game was 4:00 and not 8:00. So now we gotta sit here all day on Saturday.
Stock up on the alcohol.
Hey, listen, you know what? Like, I got you. It's
Man,
okay.
That's gonna be me tomorrow, man. I swear. I'm gonna get so drunk and hammered. Whoever falls on the dance floor, I'm gonna grab their shoe and throw it 20 yards.
Dude, I think we gotta. I think we gotta end this. But one thing, obviously, Keontae Johnson. Prayers up to him, and hopefully he can get out. And just, I think it's good on coaches and players of recognizing that. Of course, collapsing, awful situation. So prayers to him and his family. Is there anything? Is there anything that you guys? I guess I'll start with you, D, for a send off here.
Yeah, man. Prayers up to Keontae, man. That was tragic. That was devastating, and hats off to the Gator team for kind of putting it back behind them and, at least showing some kind of effort, even though we lost to Florida State again. But as far as the football game, man, just a total embarrassment, total embarrassment, total meltdown. And hopefully this forces some changes, man. That's all we can do, man. Us fans, we can put pressure on through sports talk, through media. But at some point, the head coach has got this. Dan Mullen is the CEO of this organization, and if the CEO doesn't make changes, eventually it's going to fall on his head. So that's all we can do as a fan base, is hope that he recognizes this and makes the necessary changes heading into next year.
Manny?
Listen, I just want to send a quick prayer to Johnson, man, and his entire family, which I read earlier. They were on their way to Tallahassee, man. Listen, huge credit goes to that entire basketball team, the coaches and the players, man, because one can only imagine what they went through when it happened. And then, of course, I want to say thank you to Coach Hamilton, man, who went in that locker room and said, guys, do you guys still want to play? I mean, those are things that I guess people don't really see as huge, huge bonding moments. But that to me is going to stay for a while because Coach Leonard Hamilton is one of the most respected coaches in all of basketball, right? Or I guess in all of college sports, right? So for me to read that moment, man, and to hear the Gator players say, no, we still want to play, man. Listen, I kind of knew per se, right? The game was over. But for them to keep battling, no matter how much they were down, those are things obviously that won't show up on the whole freaking stat sheet, right? So those are things that I'm gonna take, into heart. Now, as far as the football team, Dan Mullen needs to have a heart-to-heart moment with himself, look at himself in the mirror, and be like, "This is my third season. It's another failed opportunity to reach the college football playoff. That one that Florida has not done." And you know what I'm saying? Like this senior class deserves better, but these guys worked coached well enough. And Todd Grantham needs to go, man. I'm not gonna say let's wait and see anymore. Todd Grantham needs to go. He needs to go. Florida has too much talent on this defense, or talent as we thought, right? Because ESPN said today that Marco Wilson was our best quarterback on the team, and then the guy that's the best quarterback on the team throws a shoot 20 yards and costs the team a victory, right? So,
yeah,
that's about it, man. Listen, God help us next week against Alabama. I'm not doing a game stream. We'll do pre and post, but I'm not going to be sitting there through frustrating third down defensive non-stops, and I refuse to do it, man. And listen, if the Gators come back and win next week, hey, I'll come back in here and man up. I'll come back here and man up, man. But it's quite clear, if nothing has changed the last 3 weeks against lesser opponents, what makes me think that next week against the king of them all is going to make a difference?
Yeah, I think just to end it on both notes are sour, but just with the Keontae Johnson. One thing I would like to add to this before we sign off here is one thing that it really reminded me of is for anyone, I think, man, you should know. D, I don't know if you're much of a soccer fan, but a couple years ago, I think 2017, 2018, something like that, Ajax had a player named Abdelhak Nouri who was playing in a friendly, and a similar situation collapsed and fell into a coma actually for I believe it might have been a year, it might have been less than that, and that was scary enough. I don't remember what team he was playing against. I think it might have been Werder Bremen. I can't really remember. But that stuff is just scary. And as you said, man, for the players to go out there and battle, yes, losing that sucks, but that's that takes heart and guts. And as horrible as it is to compare this in a way, it's just that's what you didn't see out of Florida today on the football field. So with that, as Manny said, we'll have a pregame show. We'll have a postgame show next week. We were planning on having a endgame show if this game fell the way it was going to, but now
guys don't deserve more coverage, man. These guys don't deserve to be talked about during the break, man. Okay? Yeah. These guys don't deserve any of it. Absolutely, dude. Like, you embarrassed the Jordan brand tonight. You embarrassed the University of Florida tonight. All right? Hey, bro.
Everything.
Bro. I'm not sitting there for 3.5, 4 hours coming back in and be like, damn, D, we didn't stop them on third down again. We gave up another touchdown again, and we're not running the football again. No, I'm good, man.
Yeah. I guess one of the only things that we could sign off on is at least we're not the Canes. And
don't do that, guys. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that, man. Listen,
no,
now,
it's just
the park is full of Canes and Gators, and we're all looking at each other like, damn, man. I thought you had a coach. No, I thought you had a coach. Like, Florida State hasn't played in a month, and they're like, bro, we came with a W today against Duke.
I have to. It's just, listen, it's ingrained in my mind.
Tomahawking stuff on the ground. It's the greatest thing.
It's engraved in my mind. But tomorrow you guys can catch pre and post. We won't have an in-game show, I believe, correct, Manny, for the Dolphins tomorrow?
Yeah. So we'll have pre-game for Dolphins at 12, followed by the in-game stream. It won't be done by me. I'll be getting hammered, throwing people's shoes 20 yards. I'm also going to have a post.
So there you go. We'll have a pre-in-game and post tomorrow for the Dolphins game. Hopefully it's a good one. We'll have predictions and everything tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly who's joining us, but tune in at 12. And then you'll have us all the way up until post game will probably end around maybe 4:30, something like that, as it always does. And then get a drink. That's all I can end it on.
Yo, D, man, I know that you're busy, man. I don't know how your party went, but I hope it was worth it, bro, because you didn't miss much. I don't even know if you watched the game.
No, I mean, I had the game. I had the game on, and I was cursing, man. It's just like I said, man, it's just a disgraceful performance, man. A disgrace.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't even. Take us away.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have all week, and I don't know whether to go look at Damola's comments or just call it a night. I think I'm just calling it a night.
Call
all
it
right,
night.
talk to you soon, man.